Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Honestly Arlene. So you can see by the title that today's video is going to be about how to make the aging eye look bigger. And this is not a cut crease, and this is not anything that you have seen anywhere else, because basically I made it up. So I'm just going to stop rambling. I'm going to get into the tutorial and show you and kind of chit chat with you while I'm showing you how to make your eye look bigger. Okay, so first I just want to let you know that I have put concealer and powder, excuse me, a little allergy, on my eye already. You need to put some sort of primer, foundation, concealer, and then set it so that you don't get that greasy looking U line or upside down C or anything like that on your eye. That will stop anything from creasing or budging. So okay, we have that done. Now, the next thing is that I'm just going to say my age. And I don't even care. That doesn't bother me. I'm 54 years old. And what I have found that has started to happen is my eye, I guess gravity, started to droop. And I don't necessarily have a hooded eye. My eye just seems like it's falling. And so I also, weirdly enough, have an allergy to eyeshadows. And so I have just been wearing bronzer on my eye, and it just looked like not what I would want it to look like, not what I would want this to look like. So what I've come up with by accident, or a happy accident I call it, is this. So this is my Hoola Bronzer, tried and true, love this bronzer. You all probably know about this bronzer. It's a matte bronzer, and when I put it on my eye, it doesn't bother my eye. I don't feel like my eye is swelling. I can't even figure out the ingredients that are in the product that is bothering my eye. It's with all eyeshadows. So basically what I did was I just took a fluffy brush, and I have some of the product on my brush, and I just blend it out all over my eye. And you'll see the problem and the issue in a minute. So once I'm doing this, when you're naturally doing your eyeshadow, you actually kind of open your eyes a little wider. So then I realized after I was just putting bronzer on my eyes that when I closed my eye, half the eyeshadow just disappeared. And I'm like, oh my God, when I'm blending in my crease, my eye is so hooded now, or the skin has fallen, that everything, all the work I've done has now disappeared. So what do I do? Okay, so then I figured this out, and this is not a cut crease by any means. So I took MAC Paint Pot Soft Ochre, and I took just like a stiff concealer brush that you can see here, and I dipped the brush in the product. This is going to seem really weird, but it works. And I took the product, and what I did with it was I looked down and I could feel the top of my eyeball, and I put a thick line of this from the top of my eyeball to the tippy top of the underneath of my brow bone. Okay? Now, you could probably see it, you may not be able to see it. What I then did was I took a very light color, and this is the Norvina Anastasia palette, so pretty, and I will be working with that today. And I took the light color and I placed it over the MAC Soft Ochre, okay? Now when I shut my eye again, you can't see what I just did, because that's where normally my crease was. But what that line has done is it has given me a new crease. So when I now go to do my eyeshadows, I use that white line as my guide. And you probably just said, Arlene, you're allergic to eyeshadows, you can't use it. Well, what I found was that if I layer the bronzer down, I can use eyeshadows. It kind of blocks whatever was bothering me from seeping in. So my tip to you to do this is take a shade in any palette, or you could use a bronzer that is 1 or 2 shades darker than your natural skin color. Do exactly what I did with the bronzer, do exactly what I did with the Soft Ochre paint pot, and then set that. Now you can also use, NYX makes a jumbo eye pencil and the color is milk, and you could actually take that line and draw it across and then set that also. The NYX will make that line a little whiter, but it's okay, don't worry about it. So now what we're going to do next is we're going to do our eyeshadow. And the next thing that I would normally tell you to do is I would start by saying take a transition color and put it in your crease. Well, we already kind of did that with the product that we laid down. So the next color I'm going to go into, and I'm going to show you what to do, is I'm going to take the color Eccentric from the Norvina palette. And that is this color right here. It's kind of like a mustardy brown. And I'm going to dip my brush, and I love this taper brush because it really has a nice point on it. You could get this at Japanesque. MAC has one. I think this is a MAC one that I've had for 6 years. No shit. So anyway, take that, and now you can see the white line that you had and go right above that white line. And that is your new crease, you guys. And once you get used to doing these techniques that I show you, you can use any palette, or you could just do a straight up bronzer if you want to do it, but it will make your eye look bigger, and you will have a new crease that is now up here and doesn't fall and disappear into your eye. So let's just go over that a little more. Hope you guys can see this. And just blend that in really nicely. And that's more of a transition color. And then I take it into the corner here a bit. Don't go over that white line. We want that white line to be there the whole time, even after we're done with the eyeshadow, and I'll explain why. Okay, so the next color I'm going to take in the palette is called, sorry, with all the lights and stuff, it's hard to see, Incense. And that's this color right here. Can you guys see? This is Incense. Again, on this pointy taper brush, we're going to do the same thing that we just did. We're going to blend over the color that we just laid down. And we're still going right above that white line. Now, as you can see, my crease and my eye is starting to appear larger than when I first started, because now I've basically given myself an eye lift, and I start the shadow up here and it makes my eye appear bigger. So let's go on to the lid. So for the lid and in the corner, I would just like to take a darker color. So I'm going to take the color Volatile right here. It's like a very, very cool brown here. So this is Volatile, and we're just going to put this on the end of our eye right here. I'm still using the same taper brush, and we're just gonna, still above that white line, don't hit that white line, you guys. We're gonna just do a line above that. And you could have stopped anywhere on here, but I just kind of want to show you a glam-ish shadow kind of look since we're heading into the holidays, as I'm showing you this kind of trick to make your eyes look bigger. So then the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take the color Love, and this is a really, really pretty pink color, and I am changing my brush, and this is the brush that came in the came with the palette, and it's just more of a packed end to the brush, so you could kind of stamp this in. It also has a fluffy end on the brush too. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to put that color Love on my lid. I'm not going to go into the corner with it, and I'm also not going to hit the right white line. So I'm keeping the shadow under the white line or above the white line when I'm doing my makeup. So I'm keeping it there. Because if you go over it at any time, you're going to muddy up the look. So that's why I use this kind of brush, because it just like kind of packs it on and places it where you want it to be. Okay, and then what I want to do, and I don't want you guys to be afraid of shimmers. I don't. If you keep it on the lid, you're fine. It's when you get these shimmers above and into the crease where there might be some creepiness is where we go into trouble. So I'm going to take the color right here, called Wild Child. And this color has a little shimmer to it. And just to add a little pizzazz, because why not, I'm going to place that over the pink that I laid down. Again, do not hit that white line. And you guys, if you do hit the white line, you could go back over it the same way that you started with the soft ochre by MAC, that paint pot, that's what I'm talking about. And you can reset it with the white line. So don't worry about it, but try just to stay under it or over it. Okay, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to take the color Dreamer. And that is the first color in this palette. Sorry, the lights are washing these out and it's hard for me to see the colors. So I am going to take a really, really small brush. So if you can find this, Elf sells this. It's just a really small little tapered point. And you dip it into this palette. And that again is Dreamer, the first one. And again, keep below that line and just put it in the beginning corner of your eye. Stay low. Stay low, it will show. Don't go up too high with this color, and kind of go over that with the pink. I'm sorry, kind of go over the pink with the Dreamer. I said that backwards, sorry. Okay. And now you have a way larger eye because you had a line to follow that made a new crease in your eye. So now, instead of your crease and all your shadows being bundled up in where your eye fell, it's now up here. So your eyes are going to appear so much bigger and so much larger. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm just gonna put my eyeliner and mascara on off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. My mascara and eyeliner are on, and I just have one last little tip for you. So the same brush that we used for the soft ochre MAC paint pot to draw that line, whatever is left over on your brush, take a little bit and just put it underneath your brow bone. And then you can take a lighter color and put that on top of it, which will also brighten up your eyes and make your eyes look bigger. So there's a color in the Norvina palette, very simply called Base. And it's just a creamy, kind of whitish color. So I'm going to take that color and just kind of lay it lightly under my brow bone and then just blend in. And there you have it, guys. That's how to get an aging eye to look bigger by cheating. And the way you cheat is to create a new crease. So that's it for my video today, guys. I am so happy to be back. So please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.